welcome Minnesota House Majority Leader Erin Murphy and Speaker of the House Paul Thissen.
Hey there, mighty Minnesotans. Hey there, mighty Minnesotans. That's right. You know, when we last were together in 2012, we were facing a really tough election. There was a clear choice before Minnesotans. Would they choose gridlock or would they choose progress? We worked hard, each of us doing our part to win the election. And as we all know, Minnesotans chose progress. With the confidence of the voters and a really awesome caucus, we got to work. We were ambitious, we solved problems, and we focused on the priorities of Minnesotans. I want to thank you. We moved an historic agenda for Minnesota, and we did it together. On the morning that we passed Freedom to Marry, I talked to a really good friend of mine, and he asked me how I felt. And I said, you know, I feel really good to be a small part of a really big thing. And that is always the case, isn't it? We each have a part to play. Without you, we wouldn't have raised the wage. We wouldn't protect students from bullying. We wouldn't have paid back our schools. Without you, we wouldn't have advanced the economic security of women. We wouldn't have expanded health coverage, and we wouldn't have funded all-day kindergarten. Without you, that's right, without you, each of us doing our part, we would not be able to show Minnesotans what is possible when we together elect a productive legislature and a determined governor. They gave us a shot, and we showed them progress, and Minnesota is working again. As we speak, right now, the Republicans are in Rochester, and they're mounting their campaign to change and reverse our course. And theirs is a cynical politics. It's meant to divide us. They want Minnesotans to believe that our economy is now languishing because the wealthy corporations are finally paying their fair share. And they want Minnesotans to believe because we raised the wage and solidified the economic security of women that that's too much of a hassle. And they want Minnesotans to doubt its own government and our capacity to improve the lives of people. But I have faith, and we have faith, in our ability to tell a better story rooted in reality and hope, a story that will persuade Minnesotans. But it's going to take the same 2012 effort that brought us here today. The pundits are convinced that Democrats are going to stay home, and you know, history shares that view. And if we do, if we stay home, we'll lose. So let's not stay home. What do you say? Are you going to stay home? No. Let's not lose. What do you say? Are we going to lose? No. What do you say? Will you do me a solid? Will you put your door knocking boots on? Will you commit to that? Yeah. That's right. Will each of you commit to voting and working to make sure we turn out the vote so that Minnesotans are able to make their choice? We need you. Each of you, we all play a small part in winning this next election. And if we do our part together, each of us our small part, we can continue to do big things for Minnesota. I have so much faith in you. We are mighty together. And now it is my honor to introduce the Speaker of the House, Paul Thissen. Thank you very much.
There we go. So, well, thank you, Democrats, and thanks to Representative Murphy, my true partner in all this for the hard work she's done. Can we give Erin another round of applause, please? Yeah. So Erin is right. We have a really, really, really great story to tell to Minnesotans. And a great group of members and candidates behind us who are going to be able to tell that story really well. And I'm really proud to have all of these folks up here with Erin and I, because this is the future of the Minnesota House of Representatives. So, you know, the story we have to tell is a story of accomplishment. As Erin pointed out, we made remarkable progress for working families and middle-class Minnesotans. It's also a story of contrast with what happened in the 2 years before that led to government shutdowns, Tea Party ideology, and extreme partisanship. And that really is the choice that we have going into this election. But it's also the story of what we can accomplish when we work together, and that's really what we want to talk about today. You know, what we accomplish together is fairness instead of discrimination. It's broad prosperity instead of narrow special interests. It's a future of hope rather than a doom and gloom gridlock politics that we've seen too long in this state. And I can't wait to get out and tell that story to the people of Minnesota. But here's the thing, we can't rest on what we've done. We've done some great things, but there's an incredible amount of work left to do. We have to build on the work we did to make sure that every child in this state has an access to education, early childhood education, so that they're ready to go by first grade. And I want to call out Ryan Winkler for the incredible work that he did on early childhood education and others who did that work this year. We have to take on the escalating debt that is really strapping our students and taking away their futures. That's something we can do when we win again. We need to take on and continue our nation-leading work on making sure that women have an equal chance in our economy and families have an equal chance in our economy. That's what really the Democratic Party is all about. We need to build a transportation, and we are going to do whatever it takes in 2015 to make sure we invest in a transportation system for the 21st century. And perhaps the most important thing we have to do, and really the darkest shadow on Minnesota right now, is we have to do everything we can do to close the disparities that affect us, whether it's race-based or income-based or geographic-based. We have to all be in this together, and a Democratic majority is going to make sure that that happens. But here's the deal, and I'm just going to put my script away and get done with this quickly, because this is the easiest and most important part. You know, the Koch brothers are going to spend a lot of money in Minnesota. The Republicans are going to put their rhetoric and ideas out there. But at the end of the day, none of that stuff really matters. The only thing that is going to keep us from getting a majority and keeping our majority in 2014 is apathy. It's Democrats not getting out to vote. And these folks behind me are going to be working incredibly hard every day, taking it to the Republicans aggressively, because we have the right message, the winning message for Minnesota. What we need is everyone in this room to stand up, because we can't go backwards. Does anybody want to go backwards in this room? No. We can't go backwards. We need to keep moving forward because we have accomplished great things, but there is so much more that we can get done. So what I'm asking you, what I'm pleading with you, is that every person in this room starts tomorrow reaching out to people, making sure that Democrats know the stakes in this election. They know it's a choice between going forward or going backwards. They know that it's a choice between progress and gridlock. They know that it's a choice between middle-class families and corporate special interests. At the end of the day, when we win in 2014, we're going to do unbelievably remarkable things for Minnesota, all of us together, and we're going to need your help to do that. So thank you in advance for everything you're going to do, and please get out there and let's win this in 2014. Thank you very much.